Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and it is a new day, a new week, a new year. Happy New Year, everybody, on the Hermitcraft server. Actually, Happy New Week, because every week, Hermitron is gonna kind of mutate or evolve a little bit. Last week, we had 4 different ways to score points. Then we had 3 in the middle of the week. By the end of the week, or the beginning of this week, we now have 1 way to score points. The only way to score points in Hermitron for this week, the week of Sunday, February 26th, which I should have written down because I really sounded tentative when I said that, is to actually complete an entire set of Hermitron. Now, to complete an entire set with, like, the same family, you have to have the uncommon Hermitron, you have to have the rare Hermitron, you have to have the mythic Hermitron. So, like, for example, this family here, like, Cub isn't going to get points for having 3 Eyes of the Sun, or whatever. But if he gets the entire set built around Shaka here, which he needs A3, so he's only got 2 of the set from number 3. He's going to have to get all of those. So, he is already 2 ahead of me. I don't actually have any mythic Hermitrons, which is a huge dissatisfaction for me. It's going to be a problem in terms of point scoring. Also, got a lot of great feedback. I'm not being sarcastic. I loved the feedback on my little kind of Queequeg coffin here, and you guys have been super helpful. One of my favorite pieces of feedback was that it was lacking a little bit in terms of bears and planes, and so hopefully by the end of this episode, I'm going to construct a bear and an airplane. Not a bear plane. We're going to have 2 separate builds here. So let's go ahead and do a quick pass around the server in search of some new Hermitrons. If we can't find them, then we'll come back and we'll build our bear and our plane. And while we do explore the server, I was hoping to talk a little bit about some of the things I've been reading and playing this weekend. So this weekend, I've been playing Night in the Woods by Scott Benson, who is one of my favorite people on Twitter. He's a really smart guy, and he came out with his new game, Night in the Woods, and it is one of the most beautifully illustrated games, and I'm a big fan of it. It's a little bit... Those are zombies. Can they get to me? Yes. Yes, they can. Let's make sure that that is not a thing that continues to happen. I should have checked if I had my thing equipped first. Whoa, luckily I did. So, I don't know where the Hermitrons are going to be replaced to this week. I gotta kind of look around everywhere. But anyway, so Scott Benson, his new game, Night in the Woods, just came out. And it is set in, like, Rust Belt, kind of set in, like a dying mining town, which is actually really cool because some of you guys might not know this. Actually, almost none of you probably know this because I don't really talk about, like, long-term family history much, but my maternal grandfather was actually born in a mining town in Pennsylvania, which is pretty cool. He got out. He headed to the coasts to participate in the war efforts more actively. But like his father and much of his family actually were coal miners in that part of Pennsylvania for a long time, and before that they were Polish immigrants from, like, Poland, which, I mean, I guess technically they were still Polish immigrants from Poland once they got there to do the mining, but, so, playing a game that's set in kind of Rust Belt, Pennsylvania, Ohio, coal mining town area, with a main character whose last name is Borowski, is actually, like, really cool. There's not a lot of games about the descendants of Polish immigrants, and so that was just kind of a neat experience. You know, people talk about the importance of representation in games, and as a white man, I'm not often underrepresented in games. That is not a problem I normally face. So if somebody who is as often represented in games as I am can have this experience of being like, oh, hey, that's like where my family, or, well, a piece of my family came from, you know, other than that one grandfather's line, not Polish and not Pennsylvanian, really, but, you know, it's just kind of like, whoa, that's really cool, you know. It was exciting for me to be able to play a game as a character, although May Borowski, the main character, is a cat, which I am not, so and I'm not a woman. But still, just being able to see a fragment of my ancestors' like environment or whatnot. Like, what would my life be like if my grandfather hadn't left that area for, on account of the war? Well, I mean, he might have gotten out for other reasons, like, but still, you know, he was not gonna, he didn't stick around to be a coal miner for his whole life. It's got kind of a cool gothic horror. Is that the word, gothic horror? No. What's the one that's like cosmic horror? It's got this cool kind of undercurrent of evil in it too. It's not just a walk around and see a boarded up town game. It's like a really weird kind of mystery solving game mixed in with a bunch of WarioWare mini games. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I would definitely say that it is a game to play if you are interested at all in like America, in the kind of Rust Belt region, or like I don't know how to. Maybe my experience with this game is going to be so different from other people's that I can't see why. Like, they would recommend it for all sorts of other reasons, like, oh, it's really pretty and it's really fun and the music's really good. But like, I'm just like, but there's really cool stuff that's important to me in it, and it's hard for me to maybe see past that when selling it. But yeah, the music is really good. It's beautifully drawn, and it's really funny and well written too. Um, I don't know. It got really inside my head. I finished the game right before I went to see John Wick 2 this weekend, which is very well done in a lot of other ways. But like, I don't know if it's because I had just played Night in the Woods or what, which is like really a game about, to some degree, the importance of compassion or the sinister long-term effects of a lack of compassion societally. But like, when I was watching John Wick 2, I was just kind of like, this is a little bit too much violence. And I really don't experience that when I watch movies. Usually I'm just like, yeah, whatever, it's a movie, I know it's not real. Like, I get upset watching, like, images of real violence. Like, if there's, somebody who gets hurt on a YouTube video or something, that upsets me. But, like, just watching a movie, or on the news, too. Like, obviously people get hurt in other places than just YouTube. If I see someone get hurt in real life, I get upset. But, like, if I see a movie, I can watch Tarantino films or whatever, horror movies, and it doesn't really bother me much. I was just watching John Wick 2, and I was like, this is too much violence. I just don't really want to watch this right now. And I don't know. I stuck it out anyway because, I was already in the theater, and I was interested to see in how some of the other elements of the film came together. Like, on the whole, I enjoyed the film, but it was just, I'm trying to say more about Night in the Woods there than I'm trying to say about John Wick 2, if that makes any sense. Like, just that it got my brain into this place where I could no longer suspend disbelief at the pain of others, which is not an easy thing for a game to do. Well, might as well just check around here real quick for hermitrons. You know what I should really be doing, though, is I should really be heading to where they've got the cocoa, so that I can make some brown. I want to make some of the brown concrete for my bear. Because I know there's already polar bears in Minecraft. I'm not trying to make a polar bear. I'm trying to make a bear that is thematic with the location of my Hermitron box. Here we are again in a hut, getting cocoa beans no matter what. Striking walls with stake in hand, you see. Cocoa beans for you and me. I can't stay on tune, I'd better stop while the cocoa beans continue to drop. Wait, there's a button. Okay, yeah, let's replant those. That's really cool, though. Good job, Tango. Okay, great. We've replanted our cocoa beans, and we still are up 2 stacks and some change. So that's not bad. Let's head on back to the Hermitron phenomenon location. Well, we have made it safely back, despite the perils of skeletals, archers, and zombies, and whatever. Important rules updates. You can no longer get points for completing a set of 9 different Hermitrons. On Friday, the trade chests for complete sets and possibly cleared out and repacked into boosters for the following week. Completing a set of 9 Hermitrons from the same tribe means you need all 9 different Hermitrons from the tribe to complete the set. 1. Points can no longer be obtained by containing triples or 3x mythics. You can only get points for completing full sets of Hermitron tribes. Done. We knew that. Okay, good. I see the problem is until I get any mythic, there's just nothing worth me doing except improving this plot. So let's go ahead and get on that. I need to find where I put all my stuff I need to make concrete. Once again, the trick that Asuma showed me. So we'll just seal that back up, like so. And no one will ever know we defaced Rendog's beautiful, beautiful place. Other than, you know, everything else we're doing. So let's go ahead and get our bear set up. I was thinking that the bear should have, like, stubby legs, but be kind of wide. And maybe he should be longer than he is wide. Yeah, let's go ahead like that, maybe. So, like, people don't really appreciate how big bears are. Bears are huge. So let's go ahead and kind of give him kind of a body like this. And then for his head, I figure we'll probably kind of go like this and have, like, a big kind of a stubby head like that. Maybe kind of have his neck and back here like this. Does that look like a bear? Yeah, there we go. Bear. Boom. And maybe we'll give him a snout. Roar. Yeah, that looks like a bear. Great. So next up, in order to further improve our bear, we're probably going to want to put some eyes on him. Now, I think that the best thing for a bear's eyes would probably be 2 buttons. So we're going to go ahead and grab some of this birch wood and grab some buttons. And there we go. Boom. That kind of looks like an elephant a little bit more than a bear, though. Let's go ahead and... What if we knock that one out? No, that still doesn't look like a bear. Okay, well, what if we go ahead and move his eyes down to the center of his head? Actually, most mammals have their eyes in the center of their heads anyway. So we'll put his snout right there, his eyes right there, and then, like, kind of remove that. Now he looks a little bit more berry. Yeah, that looks... Because we have the depth for his head there. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a pretty decent bear. Very, very sculptural. Okay. Looks a little bit like a snuffleupagus, some people might say. But, you know, I think on the whole, that's pretty decent. So, we've got... So, people were saying this was looking too bare. I said it wasn't bare enough. Now, we have an actual bear. Now, people are also saying it was a little plain, but I say it's not plain enough. So, the next step is to build a biplane. Now, to build a proper biplane in Minecraft, you really want to take advantage of some of the... You want to take advantage of the half slabs, I think. Because the half slabs are what lets you really kind of get that biplane feel. Let's go ahead and just kind of throw some of those in there like so. We're going to need some of these for the body, probably. And I don't know if I'm going to bother with wheels, because I'm thinking it'll be like up on a support, right? So, you know, the wheels don't have to be down if it's up on a post type of thing. So, I don't want to put it up too high. Ooh, actually, I don't want to cover that there. That's important. So maybe I should put it up higher. Maybe I should make it look like it's mounted from the ceiling. Okay, so if we're going to be able to take advantage of this, seal in space here, use the height of this area, we're going to need some ladders real quick to climb our bear, and then we'll use that kind of as our jumping off point. So, let's grab these ladders. We'll throw them up the back of the bear here. Should I give him a little tail, like a switch? I don't know, maybe. Okay, so if we're going to build our bear, or our platform out from our bear here, go ahead like this. I'm thinking maybe I should put some torches on the back of this. I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I probably should have a torch tail, so that way the bear is lit up and doesn't kill everybody with creeper spawns in the middle of the Hermitron place. That would be great. So, cool. We got our cool koala. Next, we got to figure out our biplane. Now, biplanes would traditionally... we would want it to maybe face into here, actually, now that I'm thinking on it. So let's go ahead and set this up like so, so we have a little bit more options here. And we'll go ahead and grab some of this brown concrete to use as a bridging element here. Whoops. Sand would have been better, but whatever, it's too late. We've come too far. So we're going to come out here this far and get our biplane going. So I think I want the wings to be 3 across, and then we'll have the fuselage here, like so. Dang it. Fuselage? Dang it, it's difficult to do the fuselage when you are like this. And we'll probably want the fuselage to be 2 wide at least. Dang it, it's hard to do. Well, the fuselage can't really. Well, let's try it this way. Now, on an old biplane, you'd probably have the wings be a little bit longer or wider like this. Although maybe we'd lose part of this leading edge here. So we'll go ahead and put these like so, and then cut that leading edge as well. Yeah, there we go. That actually, that does pull it together a little bit. Let's get rid of these ones, though, and actually move those to here. Boom. Volumetric biplane. The only thing really missing, I think the one way to do it would be to use these end rods, actually, as the connecting element. If these were actually, like, instead of being 1.5 apart, if they were 2 apart. But, unfortunately, the way these are set up, I don't think I'd be able to do that properly. But maybe I would, actually. Here, let's grab some end rods. Well, since Asuma got busted and all of his ender chest is gone, stolen by the Ren dog, I'm going to go ahead and actually just take 2 of these here. And we're going to try something a little different. We're going to try taking these and mounting them to the top of the or the outer wingspan kind of part of the biplane here. Well, now it looks like I've got a laser gun mounted on there. Which that's way better than what I was going to do. I was going to use that to connect the 2 wings, but the laser gun, that's just classy, so. Well, now we have 2 problems. Well, it's clear that that was not going to connect well anyway, now that I'm looking at that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and climb back up there, recover that, and switch it into laser gun mode. 3 problems. Okay, we're going to create another pillar. 4 pillars, 5. It's just one of those things. You can't have enough. We're going to mount that one there. There we go. Technically, I think machine guns on biplanes would usually be on the lower part. But let's see how that looks. I'm in the water. Dang it. Well, yeah. World War I plane with a laser gun. That's the way to go, clearly. The thing is, if we lower the guns to the bottom part there, the bear's going to be occluding them more. So, anyway, I think that this is an improvement. Sorry, guys, I didn't find any Hermitrons to participate in the trading part of the game, but you'll see that this is a lot less plain and a lot less bare by making it doubly plain and doubly bare. And one final thing before we go, you may have noticed there was no mid-roll ad on this episode. That is thanks to the $50 a month contribution of Doughboy91. Now, the way the Patreon works is at the $50 level, people can sponsor to get the mid-roll ad removed for 1 episode a month, which benefits everybody. Benefits me, benefits you, so thank you to Doughboy. Now, here's the caveat. Instead of running an ad, I have to read a poem that I've written. Luckily, I have about 32 poems in my Evernote that I've written that I could probably draw from, and then a few others that I could try to fix up, and I don't know. Anyway, so this will probably be embarrassingly terrible. Whoa, that was Rendog. I thought for a second that was going to be a thing. Well, anyway, it seems that Rendog does not want to hop on TeamSpeak, so I will continue with the poem that I have selected for today. This one's a nice and short one called Younger with Distance that I wrote about 1.5 years ago. Aspire like the stars to radiate across the void and hit something in every direction, eventually. So there you go. Thank you very much, Doughboy91, for your monthly contribution at the Poetry Lover level. And thank you to Rendog, I guess, for making this awesome game, even if you don't want to come listen to my poetry. Luckily, at least 1,000 other people did on the YouTubes. So, anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.